Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that can be a bit tricky for English learners, synonyms and antonyms. These can be difficult to understand and use, but don't worry, with some practice you'll get the hang of it. In this vlog, I'll be going over some common synonyms and antonyms. So let's get started. Awkward. The synonym of awkward is clumsy, ungainly, ponderous, rough, and the antonym of awkward is clever, dexterous, apt, skillful. Apparent. The synonym of apparent is evident, obvious, perceptible, distinct, and the antonym of apparent is masked, obscure, indistinct, and doubtful. Allure. The synonym of allure is entice, fascinate, tempt, seduce, and the antonyms of allure are repulse, repel, deter, and distaste. Abortive. The synonyms of abortive are vain, useless, fruitless, unproductive, and antonyms of abortive are effectual, productive, successful, progressive. Abominable. The synonyms of abominable are odious, detestable, repugnant, aversion, and the antonyms are likable, pleasant, affectionate, and enjoyable. Allay. The synonyms of allay are pacify, soothe, lighten, assuage, and antonyms are aggravate, heighten, agitate, and excite. Axiom. The synonyms of axiom are maxim, saying, dictum, truth, and the antonyms are absurdity, blunder, ridiculousness, irrelevant. Assiduous. The synonyms of assiduous are constant, diligent, attentive, persevering, and the antonyms are indifference, careless, indolent, and lethargic. Abjure. The synonyms of abjure are forsake, renounce, retract, revoke, and the antonyms are approve, sanction, patronize, and adopt. Abject. The synonyms of abject are despicable, servile, base, contemptible, and antonyms are exalted, commendable, praiseworthy, and imposing. Aversion. The synonyms of aversion are dislike, hatred, indifferent, apathy, and the antonyms are affection, fondness, niceness, and liking. Authentic. The synonyms of authentic are genuine, reliable, valid, guaranteed, and antonyms of authentic are fictitious, counterfeit, unreal, and false. Audacity. The synonyms of audacity are boldness, arrogance, insolence, haughtiness, and the antonyms of audacity are mildness, humility, cowardice, and submission. Astute. The synonyms of astute are clever, intelligent, wise, brilliant, and antonyms are dull, unintelligent, shallow, and solid. Abater. The synonyms of abater are assistant, accomplice, colleague, and associate, and the antonyms of abater are opponent, adversary, antagonist, and rival. Abate. The synonyms of abate are moderate, mitigate, lessen, and decrease, and the antonyms of abate are aggravate, intensify, augment, and supplement. Arraign. The synonyms of arraign are charge, blame, accuse, and complain. The antonyms of arraign are exculpate, pardon, condone, and exonerate. Apathy. The synonyms of apathy are unconcern, indifference, insensitive, and aloofness. The antonyms are concern, care, anxiety, and eagerness. Alien. The synonyms of alien are foreigner, outsider, stranger, and emigrant. And the antonyms are native, citizen, resident, and occupant. Alacrity. The synonyms of alacrity are swiftness, briskness, promptness, and speed, and the antonyms are laziness, sluggishness, indolence, and lethargy. Affront. The synonyms of affront are provoke, exasperate, indignity, and irreverence, and the antonyms are conciliate, appease, mollify, and assuage. Adversity. The synonyms of adversity are misfortune, calamity, misery, affliction, and antonyms are prosperity, fortune, assistance, favor. Antique. The synonyms of antique are ancient, old fashioned, primitive, of past, and antonyms are modern, recent, novelty, and vogue. Antipathy. The synonyms of antipathy are hostility, aversion, disillusion, dislike, and antonyms are admiration, approval, fascination, and devotion. Amplify. The synonyms of amplify are enlarge, extend, dilation, elevate, and antonyms are curtail, lessen, diminution, and contraction. Amass. Synonyms of amass are gather, accumulate, store, collect, and antonyms are disperse, dissipate, spend, scatter. Alleviate. The synonyms of alleviate are abate, relieve, mitigate, lessen, and antonyms are intensify, augment, aggravate, and enhance. Admonish. The synonyms of admonish are counsel, reprove, warn, chastise, and the antonyms are approve, applaud, praise, and flattery. Adjacent. The synonyms of adjacent are adjoining, besides, proximity, closeness, and antonyms are distant, separate, remoteness, and aloofness. Adherent. The synonyms of adherent are follower, disciple, dependent, supporter, and antonyms are rival, adversary, opponent, and antagonist. Accomplish. The synonyms of accomplish are attain, succeed, triumph, exploit, and antonyms are forsake, deter, disappoint, collapse. Absolve. The synonyms of absolve are pardon, forgive, reprieve, relent, and antonyms of absolve are compel, accuse, charge, bind. Acrimony. The synonyms of acrimony are harshness, bitterness, inhumanity, enmity, and antonyms are sweetness, courtesy, humanity, and benevolence. Accumulation. Synonyms of accumulation are store, amass, preservation, conservation, and antonyms are scattering, dissipation, separation, and division. Accord. The synonyms of accord are agreement, harmony, consonance, unison, and antonyms are disagreement, denial, controversy, discord. Abound. The synonyms of abound are flourish, swell, teem, plentiful, and antonyms are deficient, destitute, want, scarce. Adamant. The synonyms of adamant are stubborn, obdurate, inflexible, rigid, and antonyms are flexible, soft, suppleness, and tender. Abash. Synonyms of abash are discourage, confound, embarrass, discompose, and antonyms are encourage, uphold, embolden, hearten. Adjunct. Synonyms are appendage, complement, addition, joining, and antonyms are lessening, separation, subtraction, and removal. Adroit. Synonyms of adroit are proficient, expert, skillful, adept, and antonyms are inept, clumsy, unskilled, awkward. Bustle. The synonyms of bustle are haste, tumult, stir, flurry, and antonyms are slowness, sluggishness, quiet, inertness. Brittle. The synonyms of brittle are frail, fragile, delicate, breakable, and antonyms are tough, enduring, unbreakable, strong. Blemish. The synonyms of blemish are fault, smirch, and antonyms are purity, impeccable, spotless, stainless. Bleak. The synonyms of bleak are dismal, gloomy, chilly, dreary, and antonyms are bright, pleasant, balmy, cheerful. Blame. The synonyms of blame are reprove, upbraid, censure, reproach, and antonyms are commend, applaud, laud, and praise. Benevolence. The synonyms of benevolence are humanity, generosity, charity, and liberality, whereas antonyms are malevolence, inhumanity, malignity, and unkindness. Barbarous. The synonyms of barbarous is uncivilized, savage, untamed, and brutal, whereas the antonyms are cultured, humane, refined, and gentle. Baffle. The synonyms of baffle are confound, elude, frustrate, and perplex, whereas the antonyms of baffle are poise, composure, facilitate, and cooperate. Criterion. The synonyms of criterion are measurement, test, standard, touchstone, and antonyms are fancy, probability, haphazard, and conjecture. Covetous. The synonyms of covetous is cupidity, avarice, greed, voracity, whereas antonyms are liberality, benevolence, selfless, and magnanimous. Corpulent. The synonyms of corpulent is obese, ugly, fat, awkward, whereas antonyms of corpulent is thin, lean, slim, and delicate. Convert. Synonyms of convert are change, transform, transmute, proselytize, whereas antonyms are persist, maintain, enduring, and perpetual. Convenient. The synonyms of convenient are handy, suited, comfortable, advantageous, whereas antonyms are unsuitable, tedious, unpractical, and fatiguing. Contrary. The synonyms of contrary are dissimilar, conflicting, contradictory, opposite, whereas antonyms are similar, alike, homogeneous, and resembling. Contradict. The synonyms of contradict is impugn, deny, oppose, confront, and antonyms are approve, confirm, sanction, and endorse. Contempt. The synonyms of contempt are scorn, disregard, disdain, despicable, and antonyms are regard, approval, praise, and recommend. Consternation. The synonyms of consternation are fear, disappointment, dismay, hopelessness, whereas antonyms are peace, repose, calm, fearless. Conspicuous. Synonyms of conspicuous are distinguished, prominent, obvious, visible, whereas antonyms are concealed, obscure, hidden, and unapparent. Consolidate. The synonyms of consolidate are combine, condense, compact, strong, whereas antonyms are separate, severe, weak, scattering. Consequence. The synonyms of consequence are effect, outcome, repercussion, and result, whereas antonyms are origin, start, beginning, incipient. Consent. The synonyms of consent are agree, permit, accede, and assent, whereas antonyms are object, disagree, dissent, and differ. Conscious. Synonyms are aware, apprised, knowledge, informed, and antonyms are unaware, ignorant, unfeeling, and faint. Concede. The synonyms of concede are yield, assent, permit, sanction, whereas antonyms are deny, reject, dissent, and dissolve. Comprise. The synonyms of comprise are include, contain, consist, compose, whereas antonyms are reject, lack, exclude, and accept. Compassion. The synonyms of compassion are kindness, sympathy, clemency, commiseration, whereas antonyms are cruelty, barbarity, persecution, and apathy. Conquer. The synonyms of conquer are approve, agree, consent, endorse, whereas antonyms are differ, disagree, dissent, and oppose. Commodious. The synonyms of commodious are convenient, suitable, roomy, comfortable, whereas antonyms are inconvenient, unsuitable, uncomfortable, and confined. Collision. The synonyms of collision are encounter, clash, conflict, dissenting, whereas antonyms are agreement, harmony, compatible, and union. Cherish. The synonyms of cherish are nurture, treasure, foster, encourage, whereas antonyms are abandon, forsake, renounce, and discard. Chastise. The synonyms of chastise are punish, admonish, scold, reprove, whereas antonyms are cheer, comfort, encourage, and stimulate. Chaste. The synonyms of chaste are virtuous, pure, honorable, immaculate, whereas antonyms are defiled, licentious, sullied, lustful. Cessation. Synonyms of cessation are intermission, pause, discontinuity, hindrance, whereas antonyms are continuity, perpetuation, unceasing, and prolongation. Catastrophe. The synonyms of catastrophe are disaster, calamity, misfortune, mishap, whereas antonyms are prosperity, blessing, restoration, resurgence. Caricature. The synonyms of caricature are exaggeration, imitation, ridicule, and parody, whereas antonyms are exactness, precision, reality, and truth. Caress. The synonyms of caress are fondle, embrace, hug, snuggle, simmer, whereas antonyms are repulse, spurn, displease, and repel. Captivity. The synonyms of captivity are imprisonment, confinement, apprehend, and restrain, whereas antonyms are freedom, liberty, liberation, and release. Captivate. The synonyms of captivate are charm, fascinate, enchant, lure, whereas antonyms are disillusion, offend, scorn, and despise. Captious. The synonyms of captious are irritate, fretful, critical, carping, whereas antonyms are appreciative, considerate, laudatory, and thoughtful. Capable. The synonyms of capable are competent, suitable, qualified, able, whereas antonyms are incompetent, inefficient, imbecile, inept. Calumny. The synonyms of calumny are defamation, aspersion, accusation, and libel, whereas antonyms are commendation, praise, vindication, and goodwill. Callous. The synonyms of callous are obdurate, unfeeling, heartless, indifferent, whereas antonyms are compassionate, tender, kind, and sympathetic. Sympathetic. Calculate. The synonyms of calculate are enumerate, estimate, evaluate, and consider, whereas antonyms are miscalculate, blunder, predetermine, and misconceive. Calamity. The synonyms of calamity are adversity, misfortune, misery, mishap, whereas antonyms are happiness, benefit, prosperity, and fortune. Cavity. The synonyms of cavity are death, depression, hole, aperture, whereas antonyms are elevation, projection, mound, height. Cease. The synonyms of cease are terminate, pause, desist, discontinue, whereas antonyms are commence, continue, initiate, and originate. Circumlocution. The synonyms are redundancy, verbosity, tediousness, verbiage, whereas antonyms are terseness, compression, directness, and brevity. Commotion. The synonyms of commotion are turmoil, disturbance, agitation, excitement, whereas antonyms are tranquility, stillness, quietness, and calm. Disaster. The synonyms of disaster are misfortune, calamity, mishap, catastrophe, whereas antonyms are prosperity, boon, happiness, and auspicious. Despicable. The synonyms of despicable are contemptible, worthless, shameless, base, whereas antonyms are worthy, decent, honorable, and respectable. Disdain. The synonyms of disdain are detest, despise, loathe, scorn, whereas antonyms are approve, praise, love, and laud. The synonyms of deride are mock, taunt, ridicule, jeer, whereas antonyms are inspire, encourage, stimulate, and comfort. Deprive. The synonyms of deprive are despoil, divest, dispossess, and disinherit, whereas antonyms are restore, renew, invest, and endow. Deplore. The synonyms of deplore are lament, bemoan, complain, and regret, whereas antonyms are rejoice, cheer, applaud, and celebrate. Denounce. The synonyms of denounce are indict, condemn, censure, reprimand, whereas antonyms are praise, commend, vindicate, and laud. Demolish. The synonyms of demolish are ruin, devastate, dismantle, raze, whereas antonyms are repair, construct, create, and erect. Delusion. The synonyms of delusion are deception, hallucination, illusion, fallacy, whereas antonyms are reality, certainty, veracity, fact. Delicious. The synonyms of delicious are palatable, tasteful, appetizing, and dainty, whereas antonyms are distasteful, unsavory, tolerable, and inedible. Deliberate. The synonyms of deliberate are ponder, intentional, meditate, consider, whereas antonyms are rash, sudden, indifferent, and random. Degradation. The synonyms of degradation are disgrace, dishonor, humiliation, debase, whereas antonyms are exaltation, praise, triumphant, and honor. Thank you. I hope you found this video helpful in understanding and using synonyms and antonyms. Remember that practice makes a man perfect, so make sure to incorporate these into your speaking and writing as much as possible. Don't forget to check out my other videos for more English language tips and tricks. And if you have any questions or would like to see a specific topic covered in a future video, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, stay safe and take care. Goodbye.